Hello everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for tuning into your reading. So we've got two groups to choose from in this pick a card reading. And this is over who will you marry? So who are you going to marry? That's what we're looking at. We've got multiple cards, we've got some archetype cards, tarot, oracle. So it should be interesting to find out, what comes out regarding who you're going to marry. So whether you're new to the channel or a regular subscriber, a regular viewer, thank you for tuning in. If anybody would like a private reading, my contact information is in the description box, and whatever group you choose, you're going to want to listen to it to the end, because I am going to say a keyword that if you email me that keyword, I'm going to give away a free reading. So yeah, anybody that's wanting a free reading, stay to the end and I'll say the keyword, and then whoever's the first to email me that keyword will get a free reading. It's going to be an email reading, just a few paragraphs long, one question, nothing major or majorly lengthy, but I just wanted to give back to my community, to my viewers, and let you guys know that I appreciate you, and I just felt guided to do that today. So pause the video if you need more time. The timestamps, as always, are down below. Remember, this is a general reading. Energies can be interchangeable or vice versa. So just take what resonates or what's relatable to you and dismiss what doesn't. Okay, so we're going to get started with group one. Welcome, group one. Thank you for tuning into your reading. So who are you going to marry? So the first cards that came out, I'm feeling drawn to do it this way, so let me go ahead and put them down. We've got the artist, we've got the nerd, we've got the stay away card, we've got the life partner, real feelings, and the freedom card. Let me look at some of these other cards in the pile real quick. Okay. All right. So some of you are freeing yourself from a snake type individual here. We've got the Hilda Lenormand talking about that. That person could have a 7 birthday, you could, or somebody's life path could be that. But bottom line with that, I am feeling like you are getting freedom away from somebody that maybe is just not ready, not reciprocating, not emotionally available, perhaps somebody you've blocked, or somebody that's blocked you energetically, or like on social media, doing their own thing. So this is not the person you're going to marry, okay? Somebody needs to hear that. Hate to be the bearer of bad news or unwanted news if that's not wanted, but my regulars know that. I always tell the truth on my channel and read the cards as I see them. It doesn't mean I don't have empathy. Obviously I do. It's just that I have a commitment to saying things how I see them. Others of you, I'm getting that this is an energy that exists within yourself. Like you're not ready. Maybe you haven't been open to love. Maybe you've dealt with the snake. You've gained your freedom from that person. But healthy space and room to breathe are essential and important to you finding your future spouse and to you having a healthy relationship with that person. So it looks like freedom is going to be a factor in this relationship with your future spouse. Either they really like their freedom, you do, or you just a kind of relationship or couple that is very secure in themselves to where they don't need to be tied down to each other or at each other's hip all the time. Mostly I am kind of getting like, and yeah, that could be somebody that that is trying to keep you at arm's length because they want their freedom. So for a minority, maybe you're going to marry this person, but we'll see what else the cards come out, what else the cards say. Also with the snake card, it's saying that this relationship with your future spouse is going to be something that others are going to try to take advantage of. Like they're going to see the work that you put into creating, this marriage with this person, and for whatever reason, they're going to want to come in and take from that. So this is kind of like a warning, just to be prepared that sometimes people get jealous or want to control a situation, and in so doing, they're trying to, you know, basically take something away from you. Don't let them take anything away from you, okay? You'll have to be protective of your marriage. So I'm going to set this aside. I don't see you having any trouble doing that, but I think it might surprise you who these people are or what the situation is that is trying to take away from you and your future spouse. I think it might surprise you, okay? Because it might be somebody close to you or somebody unsuspecting, because you see how she's looking at that caterpillar. It's a cute little green caterpillar, and she's like, wow, you did all this damage. You ate up, you know, you ate my entire bush. You ate my plant. It's like, wow, you did all that damage. I wasn't expecting that from you, that kind of a thing. So but kind of zero in or hone in on this person. It looks like this person is going to be a life partner. This is going to be somebody that you're going to be with for the rest of your life. So this is a long-term relationship. Like the card says, this relationship with your future spouse is going to be stable. It's going to be one that lasts a lifetime, one that goes the distance. I'm getting that for some of you, you did know this person like in school. I'm getting something there, but also with that artist card, it's describing your future person. So any of the keywords that pop out, if it resonates, you can take it. Otherwise, the keywords I'm being drawn to from these archetype cards are producer and brilliant, okay? So even if this person isn't in a typical artistic or creative field, they're actually very, very, very smart. With the nerd card talking about IQ, so this is a very brilliant person. They bring a certain amount of ingenuity and creativity to whatever they're producing or doing. They could actually be a producer of products, services, or other creative media. And they do tend to like really, you know, just get absorbed by whatever they're doing. So this feels like somebody that really loves what they're doing, because one of the ways you can tell if you really love something that you're doing is that you do get lost in it, and then, you know, time flies when you're having fun and all that. And that's what happens with this person. They could also be like an accountant. You can be a creative accountant. You can be brilliant and creative in a field like that requires analysis. So we're getting that this person, the ones that are standing out to me, is knowledge seeker and genius and analytical. So this person could technically have like an especially high IQ above 140, 160. I think 160 is genius level. No, maybe 140 or 160. But they're very smart. And then we've got the real feelings, but don't let that fool you. Like if this person seems like they're only wrapped up in their work or in their books, as this person on the card is, they've got their face in a book, or maybe they're always on the computer or something like that. Just know that this person obviously is going to have real feelings. It's going to have real feelings for you. So it's not like you're just marrying this Spock type individual. This is somebody that has absolutely real feelings, and that you guys are going to really share true romantic feelings and explore those feelings. Like this is somebody that will explore their feelings. It's not that this person just has real feelings for you, or, you know, they don't just have feelings and then not do anything about them. They act on their feelings. They explore those feelings. They're curious about those feelings. It's like they apply the same analysis and intelligence and knowledge seeking to their feelings as they do, you know, everything else they do, as they do, you know, to their work, for example. So I think that's special. I think that's really good. I think that's positive, you know, for any marriage. You want somebody that's in tune, in touch with their feelings, which leads me away from thinking that this is somebody that you've dealt with before, or anyone that you're currently dealing with who keeps you at arm's length. Like if you're used to emotionally unavailable people, you might jump to the conclusion that because this person gets lost in their art or lost in their work or lost in whatever, you know, catches their attention, it's usually something that maybe you might consider like a specialty field or a niche or something, you know, some sort of specialized interest that they have. You might see that as like maybe this person isn't going to be emotionally available, like people in the past have not been emotionally available with you. That's not the case, okay? And some of you may take it like this, you know, that this person because they need their freedom, because they need their space, because they don't need to be attached at the hip at all times, that maybe this is somebody that isn't ready or doesn't want you to come closer or doesn't want to be close, but that's not the case, okay? So what other cards do we have? Before I get into the tarot cards, I'm trying to decide what to do first. I'm going to do the tarot cards first. And I'm just going to lay them on top here. So who will group 1 marry? We've got the Knight of Pentacles, the 7 of Cups, and the 9 of Cups. We've got strong earth sign energy and strong water sign energy. So let me look into this. Excuse me. This is probably going to be a long reading, guys. I'm going to warn you of that right now. I can already tell because I keep being guided to say more and more. And if, you know, normally I like to keep my readings succinct. That's why I shuffle off camera. I didn't shuffle off camera for my last collective reading, which is on my channel, so check it out if you haven't already. By collective, I mean it was just one group, but it, I went ahead and shuffled on camera, and it took like 2 hours. So obviously I can't afford that amount of time each and every time. As much as I love you guys and as much as I love doing the readings, it's like not reasonable or realistic for me to do that. But I still think that this is going to be a long reading, probably just not 2 hours long, hopefully. So, earth sign energy, water sign energy, strong in the chart here. Regardless of their sign, these are the traits that's more than likely going to be in their chart somehow in an important way. With the Knight of Pentacles energy, we're seeing somebody that is hardworking, practical, loyal. This is someone that knows how to not take things not seriously. Well, I think they do have a sense of humor, which is nice. We see that sense of humor with this person as well. But they don't take things terribly personally. Yeah. Also getting that this person is a loyal person. They're a loyal friend. They're loyal to their business partner. Some of them have a business partner. I'm really getting strong accountant energy or some other kind of analytical field where they could own their own business or be a partner in their firm, something along those lines. Others, it could just be that they're partnering with sponsors if they're in the creative field, creative arts, things like that. Because artists and things have sponsors. I guess you could call them partners, right? Because one needs the other to function. There's another word, but I can't think of it for what, you know, artists, for people that artists acquire who help fund their art. Patron. Maybe this person has a patron or Patreon. I have a Patreon, by the way. If anyone wants to see the channel continue and wants to support it, you can support it for as little as $1 to keep the channel going. But yeah, this person might have one of those as well. What else am I getting with this? This is a very passive and receptive energy. You could be here for a divine feminine, but you don't have to be. Obviously, like I've said before, the majority who watch are here for men or masculine energies. But this person does have, like, they're in touch with their feminine energy because it's coming across like passive, receptive. This is someone that's very sensible in their appearance as well. I feel like this is a type of person, it's kind of like Batman. I'm just going to give you a fun example. Not exactly, obviously, but maybe they are. Who cares? This person, like they're, or even Superman, like they're Clark Kent during the day and then they're Superman at night. So I think there's a big variation between how this person dresses, you know, during the day or at their day job, for example, versus how they dress at night or, you know, during their leisure hours or their off hours. Which, you know, not everybody is like that. Some people, you know, they dress casually at work, they dress casually at home, or they have to dress up at home and they have to dress up at work and they also dress up at home. I feel like there is a deviation or there's difference between this person's style, like they style flex regarding their wardrobe. But part of their wardrobe, and it's worth mentioning because we do have the Knight of Pentacles rather. We do have the Knight of Pentacles here, is that they do have like sensible taste, okay? They do have sensible taste. There's a part of them that goes along with that sort of practical energy. And I am getting that even though this person has a lot of emotions and they have real feelings, and I feel like the more they delve into the romantic feelings in particular, that's where they get a little bit confused or even just dreamy or a little bit curious is what I'm hearing. But in general, their emotions are pretty stable. This is an emotionally stable person and somebody that says what they mean and means what they say. So it's like rare that this person would regret anything they would say, because they wouldn't say anything that they would regret. So I think that's comforting, I guess, to know, right? You don't want to be with somebody that doesn't mean what they say. This person's going to mean what they say, and you don't want to be with somebody that would say anything to hurt you or anything like that, because this person wouldn't do that. For the most part, this person only speaks, when they know that they're going to say something that like wouldn't hurt you, or when they would only speak when they know that they're not going to regret what they say. This is also somebody that really knows what they want, which is nice, because even though we've got this confusing Seven of Cups energy, again, regarding romantic feelings, maybe there's some confusion that crops up from time to time, but when it comes to like their life and things, they do know what they want, and they persistently go after it. So it is somebody that is going to pursue you. They might be very slow in their approach, but they're going to pursue you. They might be passive in their approach, but it's still going to be part of their plan to pursue you, okay? Let's see. I'm just getting like this person is somebody that takes responsibility, okay? And also they could work behind the scenes. I think I kind of already touched on that. Maybe working behind the camera, maybe working, in the back office, for example, or working behind the scenes somehow. Not all of them though, because this is a card that indicates like entertainment, can indicate like the entertainment industry or being out in the forefront. I think this is a very multifaceted person. And since this is earth sign energy, and with the water too, I'm getting like luxury, dealing with like luxury brands, or maybe they work in the food industry, law, banking, finance, something along those lines with this Knight of Pentacles. Into that, I think this person's going to woo you, woo you by being very reliable or responsible. Again, if you are used to dealing with people who keep you at arm's length, who are never ready, who push you away, this person is not going to be like that. They're going to be reliable and responsible. Someone that makes you feel safe and secure, someone that's slow and steady. This is a slow and steady wins the race type individual. They make time for things, and they make time to do things, and they do take their time as well to do things. If somebody fools rush in, this person's not a fool. And even if they are slow moving, this is somebody that you're going to notice makes progress in whatever they're doing. They definitely make progress. Like, you're not going to think like this person is too passive, or they don't make progress, or they're just really slow and not going anywhere. This is obviously not this kind of a person. This person is somebody that is going to be making visible progress in their life. And when they're pursuing you, you're going to notice that they're making progress as well. Step by step, they're getting there is what I'm getting. So you're going to see step-by-step progress here with this person, even if they are baby steps. And whether it's a relationship or their job, their career, or whether they're working on some other project like their home or their car or something like that, making improvements is important to this person. Again, I feel like I'm being guided to say that just because this person is so practical, again, does not mean that they don't have romantic feelings. They have a lot of romantic feelings. They're going to be a very romantic person, but sometimes they're not going to be as expressive as you want. And so don't let that trigger you, because it's not that they're devoid of feelings or they don't have them. A good thing about this person is it feels like this is not the type of person that has anger issues, or not the type of person that would take their anger out on you. I think I did mention something about this person and the way they communicate. They wouldn't say anything to hurt you. I'm getting that again here, that this person is not prone to anger issues, or they've overcome anger issues. They've just gotten more consistent with their behavior. Again, they could have always been a very consistent person. I think their art has helped them a lot. This could be somebody that does art therapy. I know that's a field that people get into sometimes, or they just do art recreationally as like a hobby, and this helps them to stabilize their moods as well, or it gives them peace. It's a channel for them through which they attain, you know, calm and stability, and it's what helps to make them them. So definitely a creative person, regardless of, you know, what their day job is or what it might look like on the outside. They're full of ideas. They have a very fertile mind. I get that some of you, I'm getting some sort of like a nutty professor vibe from this person. This person's desk does look a tiny bit messy, so maybe this is one of these people that has like a messy desk, but they know where everything is. Yeah. I think too it might be because this person has too much to do, or they're doing too many things at once, and that, you know, tends to lend itself to a little bit of, you know, messiness, or a little bit of scatterbrained energy. I'm getting that this person has a lot of dreams and plans. This is the card of Venus and Scorpio, so they could have that. Those are very passionate lovers, and that should tell you that this is a person that has deep feelings. You know, still waters run deep, but also it's about, you know, being different, unusual, what's the word, like eclectic, imaginative, and that lends itself again to like their clothing. So again, they're not always very practically dressed. When they let themselves, you know, get creative, or when they're in a different kind of mood, then you're going to notice that in their outward appearance. And this is somebody that when they do like let themselves be a little avant-garde, a little different, when they channel that creative energy, this is the type of person that gets like attention, like positive attention. Like other artists or photographers even would like be drawn to this person's style of dress or appearance when they let themselves be creative and express that creative side of themselves. That's the kind of thing that would happen. I'm getting some of them could actually have taken photographs that have ended up in like newspapers or in fashion magazines. Like something about that's coming through as well. So again, it's just like what I said before, there's no fixed style with this person. It's like they style flex, and they can reinvent themselves. I am getting like a Gemini midheaven energy, which I can relate to because I have a Gemini midheaven. And to give you examples that you might know, Madonna has that Gemini midheaven, Johnny Depp has Gemini midheaven, and what they have in common is that their appearance can change, and does often change regularly and sometimes drastically. And so I don't know if this person's an actor. It's almost coming across like this person is an actor or some other sort of performance artist, because I'm getting some of these style changes could be sort of costumey, I guess, or that they could just look a little theatrical. Something about their clothing can be a bit theatrical, you know, at times. And just kind of depends on their mood, I think. And I also get that this person likes, or some of you, they do like to be outdoors and do any kind of exercise that they do would be like outdoors, running or walking or hiking or something along those lines. So, and when it comes to like romance, this person's feelings, again, still waters run deep. Lots of emotions. They get curious about them. They want to work those emotions out. I don't think that this sense of being kind of all over the place is a negative thing. I just think sometimes this person's a bit random, but they're fun to be around. This is somebody that's fun to be around. Like, you're going to enjoy being around your spouse. They're going to be fun. And I don't know if they've sounded fun up to this point. I've been too busy talking and reading the cards, but just know that this person does have a fun side to them. And they could be, you know, one of the most creative people that you've ever met. they just have a lot of interests, this person. And they're brilliant. A lot of people are a little different. People who are very smart often do tend to be very different, a little bit avant-garde, unusual, and multifaceted. Okay, so, and I do feel like this person does have a lot going on. If they have clients, they have a lot of clients they have to juggle. This is someone that they use their imaginative nature in whatever they do. This person could be a writer as well with this. Yeah, maybe this person's researching for writing or something like that. But they would be good at both fiction and nonfiction if that's the case, because again, they don't only style flex. They don't only style flex regarding their wardrobe, but regarding everything, like their thoughts and their mind as well. And this is somebody that could have had a lot of different jobs. I don't feel like this person's obviously going places with that Knight of Pentacles energy. They're making steady progress forward in the material world, but they could have more than one irons in the fire doing different things, a jack of all trades. They could have, they could own multiple businesses or be in different fields. Again, we're getting strong, like food and beverages, could be like the investor behind a popular restaurant or some other venue, or like a club even. Clothing store, clothing boutique, even with this energy here. But that wouldn't be the only thing they do. I don't feel like that's the only thing they do. They could be a freelancer, they could be on social media. They just seem like they are capable of doing anything, and a lot of people admire them. I think you're going to really admire this person. I admire this person. This person seems like an interesting person that's got a lot of talent and a lot of things going on for themselves. The only thing that would be of concern here maybe is just a tendency to get burnt out, and maybe that's when they need their space and their freedom. Even from their spouse, they would need a little space and freedom because of this getting burned out, applying themselves in too many directions. Whatever the case, I'm also getting some Aquarius energy here, because I feel like this person is someone that makes you see things from a different perspective. So broadens your horizons is what I'm hearing. This is, I'm just talking to this person can be like surreal. I'm getting like Salvador Dali energy as well. That's a Taurus. So by surreal, you guys know what surreal means. Just kind of like this person really just gets your juices flowing and get your imagination going. Some of their imaginative thought processes rub off on the people they talk to, and it could almost feel like a little disorienting, just like I got disoriented trying to explain it. Like it kind of rocks you a little bit, but in a good way. And because this person's not boring at all. This is not a boring person. And it's like, even if you don't agree with this person, you still appreciate what they have to say, because it's like reading a book when you hear, or having an audio book playing for you, like a fantasy novel being played to you through like Audible or something. That's what it's kind of like. And it's like, even though I don't always agree with everything you're saying, it's entertaining and kind of enlightening at the same time. So I appreciate that. It's a little bit of wishy-washy energy here. I think they're going to make you feel a little wishy-washy on things that you stand firm in a way that inspires thought. And I think that they are going to be somebody that can see like multiple sides of a situation too, which will maybe make you think that, you know, maybe they're a little bit wishy-washy sometimes. But again, this was a very fun person to be around, a happy person. This person intends to be generous, you know, even if it seems like sometimes they hold back, that they do have a generous side to them. I'm getting this person does have a great sense of humor as well. Yeah, definitely getting that. This is a card that's associated with Pisces, Jupiter and Pisces, I think it is. So it's like a combination of the best of both worlds, masculine energy and feminine energy. So even though it's like this person's at their best and they shine their best when they're telling jokes, when they're having fun. I'm hearing when they're allowed to have fun, because in some areas of their life they have to be very serious. And more serious than the average person. Maybe they have a job that's more serious than the average. And so when they do get the chance to let their hair down and have fun, then they're especially, they're at their best, and they're much more assertive and much less passive. They have an excellent sense of humor, and they, are a really good combination of masculine and feminine energy. So what I like to see about this person is that they are quite a lot of fun, and they know how to have a good time. They can even be like very outgoing, which is kind of surprising getting this card. But like I said from the start, multifaceted person here. You're going to marry a multifaceted person with different sides of their personality. Group 1, what can I say? This is somebody that can at times, especially when they're socializing and having a good time, be loud and fun and telling the jokes. And this is most likely the time when they're going to express themselves through their clothes in more colorful ways. Be even a little bit extra. You might consider them like a little bit extra. Yeah. I'm just getting this image of a couple of people that I know, and one of them is more conservative, and then so is the other one, but the second person is more like your person, in that they are more multifaceted. And so when the two of them go out and this other side of the personality comes out on the second person, the first person kind of looks like, huh? Like, like they're a little surprised that this other side of the personality exists. So I'm getting that too. You might be surprised that this other side of the personality exists, or other people might be surprised. Like, oh, I didn't know they were like that, or I didn't know, they had this, sort of new, fresh side to them. Yeah, and at those times, they definitely don't take themselves too seriously, but I don't feel like this person takes themselves terribly seriously anyway, even if they have to be serious at times for certain things. This person can be like a 9 life path. We also got 7 again. I think we got 7 before, so that 2 is coming through. Something about the number 7. And 9s are an individualistic number, which explains again why this person likes to have their freedom, healthy space, and room to breathe. So sometimes they are going to want to go out without you, go out with their friends or their coworkers, and they're going to need the space to be able to do that, but they're going to come back, refreshed, which is good for the relationship. Yeah, they're not going to be controllable in that sense. So, but you're not going to be a controller anyway, right? Because you're way cooler than that, right, Group 1? So that's good. I think this is someone who wants to just kind of live life to the fullest, do their thing. And I said before that I feel like this person is satisfied with their life, like however scrambled it might appear to outsiders or anything like that at times, or how many irons in the fire they have, or if they're a workaholic at times. This person is happy this way. And this is also somebody that doesn't need to be in a relationship. So if they're with you, then just know, you're very special. Okay, so you are special because they're going to marry you. So, but know that it's not because they're settling. They don't have to be in a relationship. And they won't do that just to be in one. They're not that type of person. They've been very happy single. And they would rather be single and happy than in a partnership and be miserable, which you would think is common sense, but trust me, it's not. Not from my experience of what I've dealt with and seen. So, and don't think that this person doesn't love spending time with you. They absolutely are going to love spending time with you. And some of those times that they go out and have a good time and everything like that, obviously you're going to be there. Just not each and every time, okay? And again, I'm getting energy that this person does well for themselves financially. And I am getting that this person will be generous with you, with their resources, and share with you their finances, their resources, and things like that. They have enough to give and enough to share, and so they're definitely going to do that with the people they love and care for. And you're going to be the top of the list. You're going to be the top of the list, okay? And I'm feeling like somebody is moonlighting. I'm kind of getting, I can't think of the movie now. or the show. But somebody that works in an office during the day and then does like stand up at night, or some other sort of entertainment oriented thing. This person is really funny, or like acts in local theater, something along those lines, another form of entertainment. Both of these cards are talking about that. But whatever they're doing, regardless of what they're doing, regardless of their industry or career, they are very happy with what they're doing, but they're always trying to improve as well. So this is a successful person. This is an easygoing person, somebody that values values their happiness, but they're not like a starving artist or anything like that. They also value their material success too. And they are going to prioritize their happiness. So this is not someone that, like I said before, will settle for any situation. If they're not happy, they're not going to stay. They're not going to, you know what I mean? And that's not to make you feel afraid, because you shouldn't stay if you're not happy either. So my point is that you're going to be special because you're both going to make each other happy. And that's going to be the way to a lasting partnership or relationship, a lasting marriage. They're going to want to make you and keep you happy as well. And just because this person, yeah, I think that's why they have so much going on, because they have to balance it out. Because, I mean, bills need to be paid, right? So that's why they need to have like a more ordinary job. But if they had to choose between being like a starving artist or a starving actor and being like in an ordinary job, they would choose what made them happier first and foremost. So you should know this person has like their principles. Some of them could bartend on the side. I'm getting that as well. But being joyful, being happy is important to this person. You know, they could have like a lot of, if they don't have multiple jobs, then they have hobbies that are along the lines of what I've already talked about. And this person likes to watch movies. Some of them really like to watch movies. Like they watch a movie from beginning to end, at least one movie once a day. You could be dealing with a Cancer sun. They like things that stimulate their imagination. Reading as well. And I think this person, as a result of all this kind of media that they consume, or movies and stories that they're into, then they are also a very good storyteller as a result of that. So bottom line, this person is just going to be somebody that makes you happy, and that is going to be very good company for you. It's going to be fun to be around. Other people like to be around this person as well, because, you know, I mean, people like to be around happy people, right? Okay. People like to be around happy, entertaining, smart people, and that's what this person is. This is the person that you're going to marry. So, but this is somebody that has learned long ago not to depend on other people to make them happy. So they've learned to make themselves happy, because happiness is an inside job. So this person gets that, and I like to see that. I respect that, and hopefully you will too. I mean, you might be the same way. So it's like, if that was a lesson to learn, they've learned that lesson. Sometimes this person's sense of humor can be a little bit off color, a little bit where you're kind of like, huh? But you'll still appreciate it. Even if it doesn't make you laugh, I think there's plenty of times when their humor is going to make you like belly laugh, have a nice, big, boisterous belly laugh. But other times you're just going to be like, I appreciate that you appreciate your humor, but you know, your humor's kind of, I mean, that joke was kind of nerdy, or that joke was kind of different, or that joke was kind of borderline bad taste maybe, you know, but it's still going to be something that you can appreciate, you know, for what it's worth, stuff like that. And I think this is also somebody, like, if you are into spirituality and stuff, that this person's not going to judge you for that. They probably have a very spiritual side to themselves, and maybe even spiritual practices of their own. So I'm going to move on to this card next, and that's the Page of Pentacles, and that is what this person loves about you. Okay, so you could be an earth sign. You guys could have like some sort of, like an Earth rising meets the Earth moon and Earth Venus meets the Earth Mars or something like that in your charts. But what they're going to see about you is, and this is from their perspective, so you tell me if this is you or if it sounds like you, but what they're going to love about you is that you're also kind of studious or diligent. You're also focused on the material plane, your money, or starting a new opportunity, or maybe you will be at the time that you meet this person, or you're always looking for opportunities. You're appreciating those opportunities. But this Page of Pentacles is somebody that is grounded, somebody that is humble and likes to keep learning. So you both have that. Maybe you both have strong Mercury in your charts where you're always like, you're lifelong learners, or you're very curious about things. You like to keep learning. They're going to love that about you. Also, some of you try really hard to be healthy. I don't know if you like watch your diets very well, exercise, or you're just like always thinking about or learning about things to avoid that might keep you from being your best. And this is somebody that's like, if you like to keep healthy in your mind, body, and soul, this person is going to love that about you. And some of you are quite spiritual. Maybe you do meditate as well. If you do that, probably you do that on a regular basis. You're just somebody that likes to better themselves. You have that in common with this person. You might be younger than this person or have a more youthful energy to you. But regardless, it's like you do have this youthful energy to you that this person sees. They really like that about you. And they feel like you are a positive influence on them. And you make it feel safe for them to express their feelings. You make it feel safe for them to explore their feelings and to feel their feelings. Okay. So we also have the trust card here from the Romance Angels. You help this person to have, faith in their feelings, and they maybe also return the favor or inspire you to have faith and trust in things or in them that you wouldn't normally have. Because we already saw that some of you have dealt with people who have kept you at arm's length, and maybe, you're going to have to learn to trust this person when they go out or when they need their space, or just need to learn to trust that this person is different. They're different from past people, okay? If you are inexperienced, even in the bedroom, okay, because Page of Pentacles is a surprisingly sexy card. It can be. So if you're inexperienced in the bedroom or in other areas of life, this person's going to like that, because then they can feel like the expert. Then they can teach you things, okay? Now they can tell their stories that, have a moral that they feel you could benefit from hearing or whatever. Words are starting to fail me. Lots of talking in this reading. I knew that was going to happen, but we're almost done, guys. Bear with me. I hope this has been helpful. If it has been, and you just enjoy the reading or find it interesting, relatable in any way, please hit that like button and subscribe. And, if you'd like a private reading, my contact information is in the description box down below. Video recorded and sent to your private email address. But regardless of your age, you guys are coming across in that earth energy, which is a grounded and mature energy, regardless of age. And I also get that this person loves that you don't compete with others. It's like you're kind of focused on your own goals. You're focused on yourself. So they're going to like that you're secure enough to not have to always be competing with other people. You only compete with yourself. So it's not like you're not competitive, but it's like you're always wanting to do better than you did yesterday for you. I think this person just feels like, you make them a great friend. You could start off as friends, but I'm not really getting that as much. They like the way that you are a friend to your friends, and that you're thoughtful, you're a great friend. Yeah, some of you will definitely establish a strong, solid foundation in friendship with this person before you become lovers, before you get married. And I think there is a certain amount of optimistic that comes from you as well, that this person really likes and can relate to. Some of you really are just coming across as very loyal, somebody that keeps their word. So again, I think you guys could both be earth signs, or, because I feel like you have that in common. Saying what you mean, meaning what you say. Some of you really love animals or own pets, have pets, so this person's going to love that about you as well if that's the case. And they're going to love that you are ambitious and hardworking like them. You might even work in a similar field, because I am getting some sort of like design field for you, or even like management or something practical for you, being, you know, earth energy too. But you are a reliable person regardless of your youthful energy, because you're the Page of Pentacles. You're not like the other pages. Okay. You're not like the other boys, is what I'm hearing. And then I'm seeing a scene from the music video Thriller with Michael Jackson, and he says that he says that to his date before he turns into a werewolf. So I don't know why that came through. Maybe you're an animal in the bedroom or something. I don't know. You're multifaceted like this person. Like, you might appear this way to this person, or they might love these parts of you, but there is another side too as well. But we're not doing a reading on, you know, you. We're just kind of, the majority of this reading is meant to be about, you know, the person you're going to marry. We're just touching on what they're going to love about you just a little bit here. Some of you could be very crafty. Could sell things on Etsy as well. You could also do well for yourself financially, or come from a family that's pretty well off. And I am getting to that, like, it's going to be very sensual. Speaking of the bedroom, I mentioned that a moment ago. I think that you're going to be a lot of fun in the bedroom and very sexy, and they're going to like that. There's a lot of sensuality coming through, and again, you inspire trust, faith, and a sense of safety in this person. Like, they feel like they can be their real selves around you, like they trust you. And you just know how to maintain, like, solid relationships, whether it's working relationships, friendships, and like this marital relationship. So also, you guys are really good listeners. Like, you're the type of person that when you go out to dinner with someone or meet them for coffee, some of your first date's going to be at a coffee shop, or at lunch together, you solely focus on that person, what they're saying. You're not one of those people that are scrolling through their phone while you guys are at a table having a conversation or sharing a meal. Like, you're going to pay attention to this person, what they're saying. So you're very good in that way, and they're going to love that about you, and they're just going to find you to be just a good, solid person to have around, you know, regardless of what you guys are doing, whether you're out having a good time, partying, having fun, or socializing, or whether you're doing your taxes. This person's going to feel like, you know, you're more than a wife or a husband. You're a friend, and you're a good friend. So then the other cards that we've got here, we've got the Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So this leads me to believe that some of you are out there thinking, like, maybe you're never going to meet the right person for you, or you're never going to get married. Or if you're already dealing with this person, like, you're wondering if it's ever going to move to the next level, if they will ever pop the question, if you will ever get engaged. This is saying that you will get married. That's why you're here. This is your future partner. So don't worry about that. Your love life is ascending to the next level. And then we've got problem resolved. So some sort of a problem that's been bothering you behind the scene, I feel like it has to do with not believing that you're ever going to meet the right person for you, or not knowing who that right person is. This is saying that the problem is resolved. Something that's been bothering you is being healed behind the scenes. And we've got, like, the snake card. And then she's got a snake in her hand. So she's taming that snake. So whatever this is representing, whether it's you dealing with an emotionally unavailable partner that always needs their space, and you're wondering if you'll ever be able to evolve in that relationship with them. For the minority of you, yes, you will be able to evolve in that relationship with them. Others of you, it's like, if there are other people who are going to be envious of your relationship, or any other problem that is on your mind or pressing down on you when you tuned into this reading, that is resolved. You've got it in hand. So no evil eye or weapon formed against you will prosper, okay? Nothing like that. So even if you notice there are haters in your midst, you're going to be able to handle that beautifully. Let me get you an affirmation for the problem resolved card. Yeah, you're on the cusp of releasing, or you're on the cusp of releasing someone that doesn't serve you, number one. Others of you, just you're on the cusp of experiencing welcome relief from a problem that's been bothering you. And you do have reason to smile, so basically it's a win-win for everyone. So you could, this card is talking about you receiving good news, such as the healing of a strained relationship, an unexpected financial resource, resolved health issue, a happy addition to your home, a new career opportunity, or a romantic proposal. So some of you are already on the verge of receiving this romantic proposal. This is saying that yes, it's coming. And don't strain to try to figure out how it will come. Just enjoy the feelings of excitement and gratitude as you allow heaven to help you. So an affirmation you can say, group one, is, I ask that all the effects of mistakes and misunderstandings be undone, both in the past and the present. So what I've got for you, group one. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to take it to group two. You can stick around and watch that as well if you feel guided to. Otherwise, check out a playlist linked down below for another pick a card reading or collective reading. And if you'd like a private reading of your own, then my contact information is down below. And if you are the first viewer to email lovetheoracledragon@gmail.com the word unicorn, I will do a free reading for you sent through your email. So a few paragraphs on a question that you have, free reading. The keyword is unicorn. If you stayed to the end, that is the keyword. So I'm going to move on to group two. Stay. All right, welcome group two. Thanks for tuning into your reading. I hope you guys are doing well. So group two, who are you going to marry? Let's look into the cards and see what they have to say. Excuse me. The first card out for group 2 is grown up. We've got addict. We've got rule breaker. Rule breaker. Okay. And this is interesting. Let's see what we get here. We've got unexpected connection. Opposites attract. We've got open your heart. Love is the highest energy of all. Let it in. And we've got honest communication. Expect a heart-to-heart conversation. So this is a bit, I'm just looking at these other cards off camera here. All right, well, my regulars know that I always say it how I see it. So if you're in a especially sensitive mood, maybe check out group 1 instead. I'm not getting that this is bad. I am getting that you are, you're dealing with somebody, your future spouse is somebody that's been through some hard times, okay? So they could literally have had an addiction of some kind or some sort of mental health sort of deal here with the depressive card, or with the depressive word being the key word that jumps out of this archetype card for me. Now take any of the key words that jump out to you. If it resonates, it could be a clue, but from this one, this is the one I'm being drawn to first. And I'm getting some depressive tendencies from this person where that stemmed from having a closed heart. Because one of the cards we have here in my tarot cards is the 4 of Pentacles, and you can see her guarding her heart, and in the traditional tarot, that's what that means, being stingy with your heart, holding back, holding things in. Esoteric people would say that it's having a blocked heart chakra. So one of the things that I think that you're going to be able to do for this person is to help them to open their heart, which is very healing for them. And it's a good thing for them that you are a very diligent, hardworking person, because this is going to be one of those marriages that takes work. You hear that a lot. Marriages take work, marriages take work. I am not someone that subscribes to that, because I believe that whatever you think and whatever you affirm is what you get in life. And I don't want marriage to take work. But unfortunately, or fortunately, I mean, maybe this is fine with you. Maybe you're used to this. Maybe this is what you expect, or you, whatever. But yours is going to take some work here. As a result of whatever has caused this person to have this sort of, I guess we'll just sum it up into like a negative habit or a negative experience. And I already said that it comes from like a blocked heart chakra and needing to open their heart. So let me try to turn this around here. A blocked heart chakra led to addictive tendencies or depressive tendencies, resulting in this person being more of like in a rule breaker, sort of rebellious energy, where I'm getting carrying a grudge and angry has been something that this person, this is something that this person does. But I feel like your diligence and conversation is going to inspire honest communication from this person. I get that this is an honest person. I'm not saying that this person is never deceptive. But when it comes to verbal communication or communication, this person does tend to be honest. Maybe a little too blunt, a little too free in their speech. A little too in your face even. Because of that rule breaker energy. But if you're somebody that values honest communication, you're going to get it with this person for better or for worse, okay? And I don't think it's going to be a bad thing, because this is about opening your heart in heart-to-heart conversations. This is somebody that is not used to being able to speak their mind. This is somebody that's had to edit everything that they say and filter everything that they say and add sugar to everything that they say, or else they were going to get in trouble, or else there were going to be some dire consequences. Getting like an abusive household situation. If they didn't experience that sort of thing, they experienced it from teachers or at school or from being bullied or something like that. Even siblings could have done this to this person, where they just felt like, or their communication style could just be something where, say they had a great childhood and a great experience in life so far, but they just have trouble expressing themselves in a way that gets accepted by society in a welcoming way. Like, society doesn't welcome the way this person communicates. There's something about them having trouble expressing themselves and being able to open their heart and keep their heart open, because the heart chakra and the throat chakra are closely linked. So if one is blocked, so is the other, and vice versa, or they just affect each other. So I am getting that difficulty for this person to communicate as a result of experiences that they've had, or an innate expression style that isn't in tune with their environment. Okay? The thing about it is that this person does have the side of themselves as very grown up. They could be a parent, got a child on here, or they've got a grown up, at least one grown up in their life that had a very positive effect on them. The keywords standing out from that card for me today are calm and grounded. We've also got pedagogical, so some of their relatives or whoever this older person or these older people were that had a positive effect on this person could actually have been Christian or could have subscribed to a religion, but in a thoughtful and responsible way, and in a way that helped to ground this person. Now, I'm not saying that this person is like a religious person. They might be. I feel like for some of you, you could be very, very spiritual. A lot of people who watch tarot readings do tend to at least be curious about spirituality or alternate religions. So if this person is like a strict Catholic or a strict Christian or a Jehovah's Witness or something, you might not expect yourself, I'm hearing Mormon, you might not expect yourself to be attracted to this person because of that, or this might not be the type of person you would normally go for. But you're going to go for this person anyway, because there's a connection here that can't be denied. Opposites attract. Some of you, this person could be the one. They could be an atheist, and you could be very spiritual or very religious, or your family members could be. And so there's just something here about, you guys being opposites. And I feel like it has to do with some of the things I just talked about. But this person does have a side to them that is very calm and grounded, despite these issues that this person obviously has with their heart chakra and their throat chakra, and with maybe being a little too blunt in their communication for a lot probably. Okay? This is about needing to love oneself and to accept oneself, and then the world will reflect that back to you. But somewhere along the line, this person has been manifesting negative feedback from the world. And it could be a mental health issue that they were born with, or some other sort of neurological difference that they were born with that, isn't even their fault. But it's done some damage nonetheless. So I feel kind of bad for your person, actually. But we'll see what else comes out in the cards here for you. And so let's learn more about this person. We've got the Nine of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles. So very strong earth sign energy coming out here. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Some of you are Virgos who are watching or have that strong in your chart, but don't have to be. Some of you are born in the year of the rooster. That's Virgo energy too. Don't have to be. I get that this person probably, despite their challenges, it looks like they've done well for themselves financially. They're doing well for them. This is a card of independence, both emotionally and financially. And I do get that this person, it might not be really obvious. Like when you meet this person, you might see that they like to keep to themselves. Maybe they're like in their own world. You might, I think you're going to find them attractive, right? This is your future spouse. And I think they are attractive, but they could come across as like a loner or even a little edgy, but you're still going to see some style and some sophistication with this person in their appearance. I think this person actually has really good taste. Some of them have excellent taste. And something to do with the arts is coming through as well. Either they are in the arts, that's a hobby, or they like have an artistic flair to the way that they look, you know. Getting Venus in Virgo. I think I did mention Virgo, so Virgo's coming through again. And I believe that Nine of Pentacles is Venus in Virgo, so somebody could have that in their chart too. There's a lot of feminine energy here, but you could be here for masculine as well. We all have both masculine and feminine here, are in, you know, within us. Even though this person could be like a bit of a loner or appear that way to others, I mean, I gotta call it like I see it. This person obviously does have loner tendencies. They enjoy that. They like to do their own thing. They own it. Like they're not like a timid flower by any stretch of the imagination. They're not like a shy violet or a shrinking flower in the background. Like they own it. Whatever, you know. See how she's sitting there? She's owning it. She's by herself, but she's like not worried about anything. And I feel like this person has that energy to them as well. They're focused on their own well-being. Okay, and I'm not going to say this person doesn't have selfish tendencies. I think maybe they do or appear to, but some of them just appear selfish when in reality it's them just trying to protect themselves or do what they have to do to protect their hearts or just to get through whatever challenges they're facing. But this person does have like a single-minded focus. They focus on what they want. They focus on their well-being. Whatever they do, however that might look to an outsider, they're doing it for their own well-being, to keep themselves healthy or to make themselves healthy, to keep themselves stable, you know, to keep themselves good, to hold it down, you know. That's what this person focuses on. That's what they're doing. This is someone, I'm getting like, excuse me, who could have grown up with military parents or they moved around a lot. I'm getting a worldly vibe. Maybe they have traveled a lot. Some of them, this is a worldly vibe here. And whatever they do for work could have a global impact. I don't know why I'm getting that. Even if they have only stayed in the same place, which I highly doubt, they still like know what's going on in the world. And then they kind of, you know, buy things from different areas of the world. The internet makes that very easy for us to do nowadays, or they just base some of their lifestyle choices on different things that are happening in different areas of the world. They like to know what's going on a broader scale. They do like to spend, excuse me, time alone, and their like privacy is very important to them. Their home is very important to them. This does seem like somebody that likes to, well, all earth signs like to be out in nature for the most part, or just have an appreciation for the beauty of nature. I'm also getting swimming for some reason, yoga with this person too, or those are things that could be very helpful to this person, just kind of maintain their mental health, which is something that they struggle with here. Definitely somebody that has a taste for the finer things in life, but they do it for their own pleasure, not to impress other people, because this person doesn't really care what other people think. Like they've been to the circus and, you know, they're done with that. Been there, done that. They bought the t-shirt, okay? they're grown up regardless of age in many respects, so they don't need to impress other people, but they still like their luxury brand, so they probably do impress other people whether they want to or not. Well, at least people who are into those things. Emotionally, this person comes across as, again, being very independent and not needing to depend on other people. I'm not sure if that's a defense mechanism. Sometimes that happens with people who have felt rejected by life, but it could just be their preference as well. And this is like not someone that needs a partner or anybody to make them feel whole. So in that sense, it's kind of similar to group one, because they don't need somebody else to make them feel whole. They're happy being single. And so them being like any kind of struggles that they have or unhappiness that they experience, it doesn't stem from being alone, I guess is what I should say. It stems from other things, but not from being alone. They actually appreciate and enjoy their alone time very much. And this is also somebody, like I said in the first group, that their person will pursue them, or even if they don't appear to be pursuing them, it's them pursuing them. Basically, this person is somebody that does not chase, they attract. So yours is different in that way, that this is a worldly and wise person. I think they have something very magnetic about their eyes and their appearance. Some of you are going to be really attracted. It's almost like a bad boy or a bad girl vibe. So in that sense, you know, you're going to be attracted to them, but in general, people are attracted to them. Like they're not chasers. I guess is the simplest way to sum that up. And they definitely think for themselves. They definitely have their own opinions. In fact, I don't recall if I did the verbatim thing over in group one. I think I forgot to do that over in group one, where I just kind of read the cards like word for word. She has a mind of her own and holds on tight to her identity. So some of you really are dealing with the female or feminine energy, but even if you're dealing with the masculine, it still applies. We can change it to, he has a mind of his own and holds on tight to his identity. And then I don't remember what group one's verbatim reading was, but it doesn't matter because we're not on group one. So, but that's what it is. Definitely coming to this person having very much their own identity and not really caring about the opinions of others too much. I'm hearing this is a cool person. They're cool. They're just a cool person. The kind of person that in the 50s, you know, in the 50s would have wore a leather jacket, right? Kind of person with really cool sunglasses. That's getting Scorpio vibes too. And they're just smart enough and mature enough to know better than to take everything personally. I think they've just been through so much that they don't have a reason to take things personally. Like little things don't bother them. They don't sweat the small stuff because they've been through such big things that, you know, little things that other people would get bothered by don't bother this person. And so some of you, this person's retired. They don't need to work at all. I don't know how that came to be necessarily. We could dig into it, but a lot of people are retiring younger and younger these days. So this person could be in their 30s, 40s. I'm hearing 40s, 50s. So if your person is retired, then they're probably older, but some of them are not as old as you would think for having achieved retirement. They definitely do well for themselves with all this Pentacles energy. If they work alone probably, or in a job that allows a lot of autonomy. So like a job where they have to travel or spend a lot of time in a vehicle or something. Even like freelancing as well. This person is pretty disciplined or self-motivated here. I feel like this person could I'm not getting so much entertainment industry vibes like I did in the first group. It could be like a producer type vibes where they invest in entertainers. If they did get sucked into an entertainment type position, then it would have been like inadvertently, like that wouldn't have been their initial attention. Like I'm, for some reason, getting the story of Eazy-E. He was like a rapper, late 80s, early 90s. But he originally wasn't supposed to be, he wasn't supposed to do that. He was investing his money into a project, and the person who was supposed to record that track didn't show up. So rather than lose all his money, somebody suggested, well, why don't you just do it? So he just did it, and then he became a hit. So it's like that kind of a vibe for those that, because, yeah, for some of you, this person does have, does have a hand in some sort of entertainment realm. But it wasn't something that they chased or went after, I don't feel. It was something that was kind of thrust upon them. Others work just normal, kind of quote-unquote normal jobs, like in finance, or in luxury brands, even department store manager for some, or things of that nature, where they're dealing with high net worth individuals, high-end products. And again, some of them are the person that has the high net worth and the high-end products. Like, they don't need to even work, some of them. So regardless of who this person is, though, it's your future spouse is somebody that others can sense, or that others think, pretty quickly, pretty automatically think that this person just knows what they're doing. Like, they have respect for this person. They feel like this is somebody that's worldly and wise and knows what they're doing. Even if they're young, they just have this aura of sophistication and worldliness. So they could have strong Capricorn energy. Some of them could actually even speak like more than one language. Some of them really have great manners as well. Yeah. I do think this is somebody that is very like grounded, and even like once you get to know them, like they could come across as looking very kind of maybe standoffish or closed off. But once you have a conversation with this person and they sense that you're honest and you guys connect in that way, and they start to open up, then you realize that this person's actually very grounded and very modest. And this person is actually not a snob. Some of you might think that this person's a snob based on the way they dress, or based on, them liking to be kind of doing their own thing or separate from the group. They're actually not a snob. Now, to be honest, full disclosure, some of them are. Say that. A few of you watching, there's a snob part to your person. Your future spouse's personality does contain a snobbish part to them. Others of you, they do contain that snobbish part, but they don't act on it. They've learned to become more gracious, grounded, and modest. Others of them, they're just straight up gracious and modest once you start talking to them and get to know them. I get that, yeah, a lot of them, they just would never want to rub in their good fortune in anybody's face. But some of them, when they're perhaps indulging in an addiction or having a bad mental health day, then in those cases they might like use their status, or the things that they have, or their good fortune, as kind of like a weapon to keep people at arm's length, right? To put distance between themselves and others, to be a bit, snobbish. So because with this Four of Pentacles energy coming out on top of the addict and the open your heart, yeah, when this person's heart is shut down, it's usually because they are having a bad mental health day, or whatever the addict heart is representing. So that's when if they're going to lack generosity or be emotionally or physically stingy in any way, that would be the reason why. That's when they get a little bit closed off. Some of them can be possessive. I just think this person is going to love kissing you and love your touch. And when they get like this, you know, connecting with them in that way through physical touch is going to help to like open their heart and get them out of this energy. Some of them can be a bit possessive with you, not only with possessions, but with you, or even clingy. And I think it's maybe because this person finds it so difficult to find somebody that they really connect with in a positive way, like they are going to do with you. And so because of that, they just want to kind of latch on to you, especially if they, are no longer allowing themselves to indulge in some sort of addictions that would normally fill that hole for them. They're going to try to fill that hole with you and with your relationship and with your love. So it's just something to be aware of. I think I already said I was getting Capricorn energy here. A good mix of masculine and feminine energy coming through too. I think when this person is trying to compensate for whatever that they feel that they lack, then that's when they get like really rigid or strict about their appearance. That's when some of those snobbish tendencies start to appear or come out. I do think there are times when this person gets a little uptight about their appearance or their clothes. Others of you, it's less about their like clothes. I still think this person dresses well regardless, but others, it's like this person has a really strict like skincare routine. I'm almost getting Joan Crawford's skin routine, where they show her when she's getting older and she gets up and she goes in the bathroom. She even has a refrigerator in her bathroom because that's where she keeps a bowl of ice, and then she puts water in there, and then she dunks her face in the ice every day because that tightens the skin. That kind of a thing. Like, I'm not saying to that extreme, but to give you an idea, some of them do have like a strict skincare routine or a strict or specific exercise program that they follow religiously. That's a strict energy that we're seeing here with that Four of Pentacles. I think that they could be addicted to money and material plane as well. And that's very important to them. They don't want to fall back on hard times, although a lot of these people never were on hard times financially, but some of them are trying to make up for the fact that they grew up, on the wrong side of the tracks, and so that's why they're this way. But regardless, it's like material possessions and stuff are important to this person. I'm also getting the message that for some of you, since it says not taking care, some of them need to take better care of themselves, and you're going to have to try to convince them. Maybe you're the one that has healthier skincare or exercise routines, and you're going to rub off on this person, because some of them, because of the depressive episodes, because a lot of you, it is depression. During those times, and you're going to have to encourage them to do better self-care and do it and encourage them in a loving way. Even make them think that it was their idea, but you're going to be kind of a caretaker in that regard in those days. So I'm letting you know that, and that's what I'm getting there. Yeah, so just general closed off energy here. Yeah, when this person doesn't give themselves permission to feel their feelings, that's when they go like in a downward spiral, or that's when they start to behave even deceptively. Because we did get the deception card here as well. Someone was wearing a false mask in this relationship. I felt when I pulled that card initially, and now I'm feeling that way again, that this has to do with the Four of Pentacles energy. And emotionally speaking, this person is inauthentic emotionally. But when somebody is struggling with addiction or mental health, it is hard for them to be in touch with their emotions, because they've never really explored their emotions, dealt with their emotions enough to get really good at doing that. They've always pushed them down or avoided them because of whatever reasons. In this case, it seems like that's what this person felt they needed to do to survive. So I'm getting like this person is like not emotionally expressive sometimes. I think if they're going to be deceiving themselves regarding their feelings sometimes, but you're probably going to be aware of what they're doing. Because I think you're very attentive. You're very, the only word I keep getting for you, group 2, is diligent. But we'll get into what this person loves about you in a moment. And then we'll talk about you more. But this has to do with repressed emotions and repressed desires and holding grudges and resentments. as a result of that, not letting themselves heal, because when you hold on too tight, you don't allow yourself the space necessary for healing to come in. And that's what this person has done sometimes. Getting trust issues as well. And I think that, you know, you're going to be someone with whom they can share some of their problems, and just being able to talk about your problems and get them off your chest. Being able to talk about some of these things is all the healing that this person's going to need. It's like this person just needs talk therapy. Not that you should be this person's therapist, but I think that your relationship is going to be one where you guys can talk to each other. You can talk to each other, right? This person feels safe to open up to you, and just in the act of opening up to someone they love and trust, and to receive, like, not ridicule, but just receive the energy of someone holding space for them in a loving and safe way, is all this person's going to need, really, to heal. Some of them might need technical therapy, like actual therapy, but others, I feel like one of the beautiful things about this relationship is that you're going to give each other what you need, and in this case, what they need is going to be someone to listen, hold space, and that you're going to be able to happily provide that for this person. Like, that's going to be very healing for this person, to when they struggle with their repressed emotions and things like that, their resentments, their trust issues. Unfortunately, you know, people like this aren't generally open to getting actual therapy, so you might be their only outlet. So I don't know if you want to affirm for someone different from this person, or to shift this person to a different, healthier version. But as of present energies, if this is resonating or relatable to you, then this is what you're aligning with for whatever reasons. This person could actually be like a police officer. Some of them had a father who was a police officer, and they learned their, or in some sort of protective field. I think I mentioned the military, and this rubbed off on this person. So that accounts for some of their inability to process and feel and identify their emotions, and to heal their emotions. So you could be dealing with a Native American person, or some other sort of indigenous culture. But whatever they do, I already mentioned that they are very focused on, or even preoccupied with, maintaining a certain level or status, even maybe a certain level of income. Like, this is important because this person does like nice things. So I'm seeing that meme that says, I need to get a job. I need to get a good or a high paying job because I like nice shit. This is this person. This person could be a victim of the golden handcuffs, where they got themselves into a field for the money, and now they feel trapped because they are able to buy a particular lifestyle for themselves, but they don't like their job, and so they feel trapped. That's why it's called the golden handcuffs. So they feel trapped or handcuffed to a job or position in life that they don't like, or that's not making them happy, but they did it, you know, for the monetary gain or for the money. Money is a beautiful thing, but you don't have to sell your soul to get it. If you do, you end up with these kinds of issues that we're seeing here. Yeah, it's kind of like a dog eat dog sort of energy. This is kind of reminding me of a relative that I don't want to call out specifically, but they were a Capricorn sun, and they were the type of person that would, for instance, for example, sell another relative, like a house that needed a shit ton of work done, so that it was a really bad deal and basically a cutthroat thing they did. I'm not saying that this is your person. God, I hope not. I don't think so. But I'm saying this could be the kind of people that influenced or impact your person. And that might be why, or where they learned some of these unhealthy coping mechanisms, or this kind of idealization or idolization of, you know, money or status. You could actually be dealing with a boss who is like that. I do feel like you're going to probably question if this person is hiding something from you. Because of this Four of Pentacles energy. But even if you are like pretty certain that this person isn't hiding anything from you, like if you feel like you pretty much know them and that you feel like they're safe enough to talk to you about anything or whatnot, there is going to still be something like of them holding back. Are you sensing that they're always holding back something? And it could be like some sort of a secret, or it could just be, you know, they're keeping something for themselves. Yeah, this person, like if, for example, they smoke, then they would sneak off to smoke and then say that they didn't. It's just an example. It's not a huge deal, but it depends on how you look at it. It could just be, again, like as simple as them hiding their thoughts and feelings, or not sharing fully their thoughts and feelings, like I mentioned before. But just know, if they don't have it to share, they don't have it to share, and you can't like admit something to someone else if you can't even admit it to yourself. I would just definitely watch out for some sort of miserly, stingy, or clingy behavior with this person, if anything. But I want to move on to this Page of Pentacles, because this is more about the good things about your future spouse, I think. The thing is, this person is trying their best to communicate more, to be more honest with themselves and with others, to free themselves from any limiting beliefs or negative memories or experiences that have hurt them or have put them in a bad position or have made them indulge in anything that's not serving them, like addictions, or have made them resentful or anything. They're really working on that. And they're going to be working on that. Like, some of your people will get therapy, okay? Those that need it. Being healthier, and in some respects this person is healthy. Like, they do things to improve, you know, how they feel inside. Exercise increases endorphins. This person exercises, like they're aware of that, or they try to get the proper nutrition or drink enough water. You know, they do things to try to offset any unhealthy behaviors that they have, right? Probably they do it more than some other people who might judge them and say, oh, look at that person, they drink too much. But yet this person, you know, you eat 20 hamburgers a day. This person drinks too much, yes, but you know, you could benefit from, at least this person walks and drinks water. You eat 20 hamburgers a day and you don't walk and you don't drink water. You know what I mean? It's all checks and balances, weighing the pros and cons. And I feel like in some regards this person is ahead of the game when it comes to taking care of themselves. Even if it's just meditation or some spiritual practice, it's like they're consistent about it. They're trying to improve themselves. They do care about self improvement, and I'm getting they care about the environment, and they have been mature for their age. They're like an old soul, but I think I read somewhere that sometimes when we call a child an old soul, it's not actually the compliment that we think it is. I think when this person was young, their dopamine was like, what do you call it? Their dopamine was like traumatized out of them. And so it seemed like they're very serious and mature, but not for the right reasons. Sometimes being an old soul is just that, you know, you don't have the happy brain hormones, or rather the happy brain chemicals anymore, because, you know, you've been traumatized. Others of you, it's simply, you know, simply that this person they do have a maturity for their age, and who knows, I mean, I'm just going off the rest of the reading. It's obvious that something has happened here. This person's been through some tough times, and but they're working on bettering themselves all the time, and I don't think they worry too much about what other people are doing. They just worry about like making themselves better. So they're not trying to compete with a lot of different people. They're just trying to improve themselves. I think that they have some sort of a diligent nature to themselves. As long as it's directed in a positive direction, then they're obviously much more healthy, happy, and productive, and they're going to make you much more healthy, happy, and the relationship more productive if they're using their diligence and their focus in the right direction. It's only when they're trying to suppress things, not feel their feelings, or numb themselves that becomes a problem. Or if they're having a bad mental health day, then obviously they're not going to be as productive as other days, but at least they're trying, is what I'm getting. I mean, there are days when this person does really well in those areas. I think this person is friendly to those they can talk to. I'm hearing those they can talk to, because again, they can't just open up or talk to anybody. People get them twisted. They don't understand them, what they're saying, or they want to take offense to this person's directness or their difference of communication style or whatnot. When they feel like they can talk to someone and open up, that's what they do. And with you, obviously, they're going to be able to do that. And so they're going to be an excellent friend to you as a result of that. That's like a big part of it. This is going to be more than just, being husband and wife. This is about being friends. It's more than, spouses or whatnot. This is about being friends too. And I think you're going to bring out like a more kind of natural, is what I'm hearing, but like youthful kind of energy from this person. You're going to see like more of a loyal kind of energy from this person. As the relationship goes on, they become someone that you trust more. I think pretty early on, you're going to realize that even though this person holds back things, when they do speak, they do keep their word. I'm also getting that, this person could be a lover of animals. I think like having a support animal is probably a good idea for this person if they don't have one already. And this person is really hardworking at whatever they do. And on good days, maybe every day is pretty good, but this person has ups and downs for sure. But on their good days, they're very, they're just good at life, the day-to-day practical matters of life. I think that if you're somebody that likes to shine, this person's going to let you shine, because they're not somebody that's going to try to take the spotlight away from you. That's not who they are. Let me see if I've got anything else with this. They might like doing stuff with their hands too, like as a hobby or a side business or something. Like crafty or just something tactile. So, what are they going to love about you, group 2? And hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to stay to the end of the video where I'm going to give you the word, the word that you can message me if you want to get a free reading. So, the 8 of Pentacles that's what they're going to love about you. Okay. You're someone that's willing to put in the work. And like I said from the very beginning, you're going to need to put in the work with this person. Now, why are you going to need to put in the work with this person? Because I think in many ways this person's going to be like a wish come true for you. There's definitely going to be a lot of attraction between the two of you. And that's what they're going to love about you. You're hardworking. You're just like them in that sense. But I think this person's probably, farther along in terms of attainment of worldly success than you, or they just come from more, have more. But you are like, you're an upstart. Like you're dedicated to work. And maybe it's just dedicated to working on the relationship. They're going to like that about you. Okay. You're willing to work on relationships. You're willing to work on improvement, self-improvement, to help them with their self-improvement. Like, you're definitely not a quitter. This is like Sun and Virgo energy. So, I think you work on your looks a lot, or you work out as well. There's something here about maybe you share that in common with this person, a tendency to be a bit of a workaholic, or maybe you guys are both going to have to watch out for each other in that sense, so that you guys aren't getting burnt out in that way. I get that a lot of you really care about your appearance, just like this person does. Maybe you're not as luxe as this person is, but either way, It's like you always want to appear presentable. You're not one of those people that's going to run to the store in their pajamas, just in case you run into somebody. I don't know a lot of people who do that, but you know, occasionally, more and more, you'll see people out in the stores and stuff like that wearing like pajama bottoms as pants or something, which is fine. Do you live your best life? But I don't see you doing that. And you enjoy the finer things in life as well. Some of you are really kind of meticulous people, maybe in housekeeping, cooking, or what you eat, things you do. And you're very good, like, in the way that you work on your emotions and your thoughts. You're like systematic about how you do that. And I think that's going to help this person a lot, because they obviously don't have the same tools. I think they've had like a positive influence in their life that kind of gave them some tools that have helped them, but obviously they haven't had the tools to manage their thoughts and emotions as effectively as would be perfectly healthy, or as would be healthier for them. But you do have some of those tools, and you'll bring those to the table. They're going to love that about you, the way that you kind of process your feelings in a constructive way. Yeah, and you're also kind of a patient person. I think this person requires a lot of patience. If you're not, you're going to be patient with your future spouse. And they're going to love that, because they're going to need that patience. They're going to appreciate that. Like, it's not that you're just being patient because you're like a martyr. That's not what I'm getting. I'm getting that it's more like you realize this person and this marriage is an investment. And investments pay off. Like, good investments pay off. And this is going to be a good investment. You're going to see it that way. And you understand that worthwhile things take work and they take time to build up. So you're going to be aware of that. And that's going to keep you investing in this, and keep you, being patient and working on this. So your person's going to love that. I think if this person ever, you might be in therapy as well. If you needed to ever go to couples therapy, which, to be honest, with this energy, some of you could and would and should go to couples therapy with this person, whether it's because you need it individually, they do, or both of you could benefit. You are open to this. Me saying this to you shouldn't offend you, because if this is your reading, then you should know that, yeah, you would be open to that. Whatever it takes to work on things as a couple, couples therapy, things like that, to help it along. Your person feels like, and this is what they're going to love about you, is that you are someone that believes in fixing what you already have rather than giving up. Maybe they've had a lot of people not show up for them or give up on them, and you're not going to do that. You're just not afraid of hard work, You are someone that takes a lot of pride in whatever you do, and you have achievements that show that you take pride in what you do and that you're not afraid of hard work. Wow. So, whereas this person might have retired young or might own their own business, I feel like you are more of an employer or a employee or a freelancer or something. But whatever you do, whether you're like stay at home or you work outside of the home or both, like you're just a hands-on person. Like, you lead by example. You just don't sit there and give orders. You're in there doing it too. You work definitely as hard as the people that you're employing or the people that you're working with, right? So what else? How else does this person, what else does this person love about my group too? What will they love? What will their future spouse love? I just kind of love how you make them feel like they're worth the effort. You make them feel like they're worth the effort, and you make the effort. And there's just a sense about you that they, that their efforts, whatever they invest in this relationship, efforts towards you are going to be reciprocated. Like, you are going to give back as much or more as they give to you. And they're going to really love that, because who wouldn't love that? Of course. I think this person has felt on their own. They've developed a certain hyper independence because they haven't been able to rely on others. That's exhausting. That's too much to ask of pretty much anybody. So when you come in, it's like a relief. Like they have someone where they know now that they don't have to be alone and doing all the work all the time, because you're not going to make them feel like that. Like you're not going to make them do all the work. You're in it with them. And you're persistent. And you also are interested on improving yourself. It's not just like they're a project that they're constantly working on, or they need other people to work on them. Like maybe they feel like they're a burden, or like the way that they're constantly focusing on self-improvement means that there's some sort of a project. No, because you're also a project. We're all works in progress. And so I think they take a certain comfort in knowing that, you know, you're aware of where you can improve, and you're working on you too. And you do have some sort of like humility to your energy. I think this person finds you very genuine and sincere, and I guess that's it. It's genuine, sincere, earnest, if you will. So something along those lines. Genuine, sincere, earnest, which I think earnest means like sincere and humble as well. So it's kind of like redundant, but this person loves that about you, group 2, that you are who you are. So some of the other cards that came out for you guys, we've got attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So I feel like that's kind of guidance or advice for you if you are identifying with the workaholic sort of energy, if you're really focused on, you know, improving yourself. If you haven't met this person yet, or even if you have, then be still and know that you are God, basically. Attract. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So take some time out to smell the flowers, to smell the roses. That makes you more romantically attractive, energetically, and to anybody who happens to be passing by. And she looks a lot prettier sitting there smelling the rose, you know, smelling the rose, smelling the flower, than she would if she was just stern-faced, focused on working. And we also have a new location here. Some of you are about to experience a new location. An affirmation you can say with that card is, I now live and work in the perfect location. So something about a new location has to do with this reading as well. A new opportunity leading to a new location. Maybe that is where you're going to meet this person. Or you guys, yeah, something to do with that. I feel like that's just a random message. And then we've got the star card from the Lenormand, and that's number 16. It's basically saying, you know, make a wish. The time is right for making a wish, because your wish is going to come true. So I'm going to look in the book real quick for that. By the way, the word is unicorn. So the keyword, you need to email me at lovetheoracledragon@gmail.com to get your free email reading. One question, just a few paragraphs, but it's a free reading. The word that you need to email me is unicorn. So the first one who emails me unicorn gets the free reading. So 16. I'm hearing that song by Etta James, At Last My Love Has Come, so maybe look that up. Could have additional messages for you. But this is basically saying attainment, inspiration, a lucky card. Many of your plans are under a lucky star. You feel inspired and success comes to you. Your artistic talent as well as your creative inspiration develops and grows. A creative process is happiness. Sometimes the result is not important. The memory of the time when you slept with a notebook under your pillow to write down lines of poetry you dreamt of will forever remain with you. Catch this date, feel it, and don't miss it. So yeah, some of you need to realize that the best way to receive your wishes and your desires is to take a break. Stop and smell the flowers. Meditate. Be still and allow it to come to you. It can only come to you when there's room for it to come to you. If you're always busy, it's not going to be able to come to you. If that means going outside or just going someplace, doing something different, going somewhere enjoyable that you don't usually go, preferably someplace where you can feel inspired or creative or just enjoy yourself, you know, do that, because maybe a change of scenery is just what you need in order to feel inspired and to align with your desire of getting married, of being with the person that you desire. And just know that, you know, any time that you spend enjoying yourself is never wasted time. That's what I've got for you, Group 2. Thank you for tuning in. I hope that was helpful. Hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will talk to you guys next time. Take care.